From a team in black and white to a great sausage roll, talking stories of new and old.
From this special place that is yours and is mine.
Lads and lasses, welcome to the talk of the time.
Whoa, talk of the time. Whoa, talk of the time. Whoa, talk of the time. Whoa, talk of the time.
Welcome to the very first episode of Talk of the Tyne podcast, and it is lovely for you all to join us. And, we're here. We're live at long last.
Certainly are, yes.
So, well, where do we start? Firstly, we want to give an introduction as to why, how, and etc., so that you know what you're letting yourself in for. So basically, obviously, I'm Junior Turner. This is Nathan.
Hello.
And during lockdown, during that awful thing, during COVID, I went about setting up a talk show that we used to have on Facebook. And it really become successful.
It did.
But what happened was, as things opened back up, obviously went back to work and stuff, didn't have the time to kind of carry it forth. But it was always something I put on the back burner that I would revisit. And as time went on, I started to, wanted to bring it back to life. But as that happened, I then obviously started to think about it more and more and thought, is there anything I would do better, anything I would change? And that obviously, now one of the main things that you see people doing is podcasts. So I thought, right, is there a way of kind of putting the two together and having a kind of chat show, with a podcast kind of thing to it. And that's what led to Talk of the Tyne.
Certainly did.
So basically, Talk of the Tyne, again, learning from what I learned before, I didn't want to kind of tie myself into one subject or one matter, like football or politics or, and I kind of just thought, well, how can I do that? And so by calling it Talk of the Tyne, it lets us cover as many things as I wanted, but try and keep them local into the region here in the northeast. And so that's what Talk of the Tyne is. So it's going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
We're going to basically be, as we go forward, there's going to be more and more things getting added in, more content. We're going to be out and about, seeing people and doing things, and so it's going to be like I say, it's just basically it's pretty much, but we've got a plan, but everything else outside the plan could still yet happen.
Yes.
So it's open to offers.
It certainly is.
And as part of that, what I wanted to do, obviously, I want to make the podcast not just here in the podcast studio. I wanted to get out and among the people. And that's where Nathan come in.
Yes.
So Nathan is going to have a segment of the show given to him that's called Tonks on Tour. And what I'm going to be doing with Nathan is going to be getting him and sending him out. He's going to be pretty much my little monkey, which is something I can abuse.
There's no different about that, is there?
Something I can abuse. But what we're going to do with it, we're going to have fun with it. We're going to, we're not going to always be, serious and that. But we're going to get Nathan out and we're going to get him in among the northeast, going out and doing. I don't want to give too much away, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't give too much away. No.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to have Nathan out and about. He's going to be going out and visiting places in the northeast that maybe you don't know about, you haven't seen, you haven't heard, and Nathan's going to be that man, and we're going to get him out and about with his little camera and his microphones and stuff, and then he's going to come back and we're going to drop that little segment into the show. So that's something else that we've got coming, and it's going to be great. I mean, you're looking forward to that, Nath?
Yep. Really looking forward to it, yeah. I like getting out. That's the thing. I love getting out. I love chatting to people, and that suits me quite down to the ground, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be interesting because like I said before, you know, he's at my disposal as to how I see fit that, you know.
The question I'm asking is, I don't want to be in silly costumes or anything.
There's possibilities.
I've said it now.
There is.
I've said it now. I've said
Yeah,
it
the
now.
idea. Wait,
That's
I just scrubbed that down on the board there. The idea is now noted. So what we're going to be doing is, like I say, for instance, you know, if we've got a new restaurant opening in the northeast, a new shop or a local business, whatever, and you want a bit of promotion, we'll get Nathan along. You'll come along, you'll do a bit of interview, find out who you are, what you're up to. And of course, if there's any freebies.
Oh, I love freebies.
And when we're talking freebies, I think food.
Oh, definitely.
Food's at the top of the freebies list. So
pies, pasties, anything really, you know.
So if there's anything on the go, then Tongues on Tour will be sure to grab a nice bit of freebie off you, and he'll give that a little review as well for part of his little segment. So that's coming as well. So that's something else that's going to be in the podcast, and we're very, very, you know, excited about getting that underway as well. Everything's now happening. We've got all the tools at our disposal. So, you know, get in touch. The email it's coming along the bottom there, along the bottom of the screen. The Facebook page, Talk of the Tyne. Drop a message on there.
Yep. And
we'll be sure to get back to you, and we can tie up dates and times that suit. And let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So like I said, local events, you know, if you've got a fundraiser, if you've got, you know, some kind of outdoor event or something, and you know, before the event, if you want to plug the event, you know, get in touch. We'll plug it on here. Whatever it takes, you know, we're social media, all that kind of stuff. So if it's to do with the Northeast and you want that little bit of support or an extra voice to get it out there, then we're here for that. We're here for that. Yes. So it's all good with that. So that's again, you know, it's gonna make who we are and what we do going forward, and it's gonna make it interesting because, like I say, week to week, hopefully, different people, different backgrounds, different businesses. You know, and that's going to be a big plus for, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me and you is we're both quite outgoing people.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
And I think yourself and me have both done things for charities and stuff like that, and events and stuff. So it ties into a lot of things that we've done.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really looking forward to it, actually. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
So that's kind of who we are and what we're doing, like I say.
Yes.
So the show, we're giving you an opportunity to be part of the show, whether it's direct, indirect, and you know, that's what we want to do. So this whole thing is Northeast based. Talk of the Tyne. It's here for the people of the Northeast as well. So get in touch, be part of the show, and you know, even as much as, you know, on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel, when these videos are out, get in the comments. You know, if we're talking about topics and subjects and you've got a story to tell, we want to hear from you. And, you know, on the next show, we'll be sure to read through the comments and we'll read them out and say, hey, remember last week when we were talking, well, this woman got in touch and she had this.
Yes.
So again, you know, if you want to be part of the show in that way, hey, come on board. We want to hear from you. So
certainly do. Yes.
But, you know, getting started, and obviously we've been sitting thinking through topics in things we could talk about, right?
Yes.
And then just the other day, when I was actually sitting with my phone, writing down topics, I was out having something to eat, and a woman, like, I wasn't being nosy, but you can obviously
it's not like you that, you know, being nosy.
you can hear,
God, hey.
You can hear things, can't you? You can hear things. And she got a Sunday lunch, and the woman come back to the table and she said, like, oh, you know, you got your cutlery and all that. And she said, yeah. And she said, oh, is anything else I can get you? But she turned around and said, oh, you haven't got any tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce on a Sunday dinner. And I thought, no. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I thought, I'll hang fire. And sure enough, the tomato sauce comes back to the table, and there was her.
It's got to be for some chips or something, was it? I'm
surmising it was her husband, and there was a child with them.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, well, maybe one of them's got a burger, or
maybe.
No, mate. she cracked open the tomato sauce, and on the Sunday dinner it went. Oh no!
But that is pretty much a crime for me, anyways. Yeah,
I had to refrain from going over and having a strong word. I had to really
Strong
refrain.
word.
I was thinking I'm gonna have to have a strong word here, but I didn't. But I had to spend the rest of me, and it was one of them things, when you don't want to look, but then you feel like you've got every mouthful, man, every mouthful.
But I bet you while you're eating your Sunday dinner, that's playing on your mind.
Totally, and I'm sitting there thinking, don't look at it, but then it was like, I need to
Well, the
look.
question I want to ask you though, Junior, is, did you have gravy on it? Gravy and tomato sauce.
Gravy and tomato sauce.
You see, that's just not a. I could sort of think about, well, if she didn't have gravy but she had tomato sauce, I know it's still wrong, but it's not as bad as having both. But
Gravy
just had both
and tomato sauce, and I was like, come on, man, you can't be doing this. And you know what it is? It knocked me absolutely sick. But I just couldn't think of anything worse, right? But that said, I was telling someone about this the other day, and they said, they've just come back from working down south in London, and they said, have you seen down there they have pies, mash and liquor? And I was like,
What's liquor?
So, liquor is a parsley sauce, so like a gravy, but made with blended parsley.
What colour is it?
It's like green.
Oh, like a snot green or like a sage green. Or.
But get this. I watches this video on it on TikTok, right?
Right.
And this guy's got the pies and mashed and the liquor, and then he takes it back to his table, turns the pies upside down so that you've got the bottom of the pie facing up, and then he reaches and he got chili vinegar, and apparently this is like the thing they do in London. They had the chili vinegar on the pies.
Is it like a flavoured vinegar, or is it a vinegar with
vinegar
bits
with like
of chili
in the bottom, like the bottle?
Oh.
And he had the chili.
You see, I can't eat spicy things.
But let alone, hang on, even putting normal vinegar on a pie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have vinegar on my pies. I may have some salt, but not vinegar.
No,
Definitely not.
What we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick advert break, and we're going to be right back after this when we'll continue with more stories of what he used to get as a kid. You think Sunday dinner on your tomato sauce on Sunday dinner is bad? Hang around, see what's coming up next. And welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
So, continuing on from where we left off about the vinegar on the eels, right?
Yes.
That led me to think, what have I ever done in my lifetime? That's the equivalent of, or not the equivalent, but, something that you look back and think,
yes.
When I was a kid, I don't know if it was just quickness because I was playing out and I didn't want to come in for me tea and miss what was ever happening outside. So I thought, maybe this is a quick fix. I could get in, get out. Like it takes seconds.
Yeah.
I used to get a bit of bread, dry bread, and put tomato sauce in it.
Just nothing in it.
No.
Just tomato sauce.
Fold it in half, a tomato sauce sandwich.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to, again, this is what we were saying before when we said to you, we want you to comment. All these things that we're talking about, the Sunday dinners and the eels and the vinegar, what have you got anything that you did as a kid or you do now that isn't the norm? Because we want to hear from you, because we can't be alone.
Like something that you don't want anybody to know, like this sort of thing.
It's not that I want to hide it from the world. I mean, I haven't exactly killed someone.
No,
but I certainly, looking back, if someone came to us now and said, what would you like for you? Imagine being in a cafe and the wife comes up with a menu and she says, for dinner today you can have mince and dumplings, you can have fish and chips, or would you like a tomato sauce sandwich? I don't think the tomato sauce sandwich would be getting any attention.
I mean, when I was a kid, So well, you know, you get a hot dog, you put it in a bun, don't you? You put some sauce on. Well, I didn't do that. I had mini hot dogs,
Right.
right, in a bowl.
Right.
Put 2 tins, maybe 1 tin, and I used to lather them in tomato sauce, like it was more tomato sauce than there was hot dogs.
So like swimming.
Swimming in tomato sauce, yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you try and get as much tomato sauce in your gob with the hot dog?
Yeah, I mean, me mum and me auntie used to go crazy. It used to be like half a bottle.
Wow.
Pretty much half a bottle.
See, I don't feel as
Yeah.
bad now about the hot dog, about the tomato
Well,
sauce sandwiches.
When you said it, I was thinking in my head, well, yeah, it's not as bad, but you know, like, yeah, it was like half a bottle, and I'm very lucky that I don't have like
And
diabetes.
to be honest, I can't think of
Yeah.
anything I do now, because see, I was brought up in terms of like Sunday dinner, for instance, right?
Yeah,
That you have on like your white meats, your pork and your chicken, you have applesauce,
right.
and then on your beef and your lamb, you have mint. That was how I was brought up. And then on turkey at Christmas time, you might have cranberry sauce as a little bit of a you know, like a
You don't have applesauce on it.
I have applesauce as well.
Yeah,
But it's a weird one because, like, sometimes I've been out for Christmas dinner as well, right? And I've been some places where they've said, "Oh, do you want 2 meats?" And then it's like, "All right." And it was beef with turkey, so I'm like scratching my head, going, "Well, do I put applesauce on this? Or do I put mint? Do I just put everything on?"
yeah,
Just,
I would like spread the mint out, like the meat out, so have one bit of meat and have a lump of like sauce on that one, and then move the other side and have a lump of sauce on that one. You've still got 2 sauces, but actually you've got 2 meats on, you know, like. But then there's been times where you not mixed the sauces up and you think, oh, that doesn't taste
oh
nice.
no.
When you're eating your turkey and you think, oh, this turkey's
No,
got like
no.
tomato sauce on.
I'll tell you my biggest bugbear, right? And if my mother gets to watch this, right, she'll kill herself laughing because it's a deliberate ploy now. The one thing I hate, and they normally don't make an appearance till
Yes,
Christmas Day, is
yes.
sprouts.
Oh, I hate sprouts.
But hang on,
I
get
can't
this.
stand sprouts.
For some reason, I don't even know, right? I've been in the house when the shoppings came in for the Sunday dinner. I've seen it on the bench, ready to be put in the fridge or whatever, ready to prepare on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So she's done the shopping on the Friday or the Saturday. I've seen the meat, I've seen the veg. And then on a Sunday, and this has happened for the last couple of weeks and it's become a standing joke,
Right.
I'll be eating me dinner
Yeah.
and I'll like say there's like the mash of the turnip and there's like a Yorkshire going on.
Yes.
I've cut the Yorkshire
Right.
and I've moved it and there's one sprout.
Just one.
Just one. It's become like a hidden thing, like a treasure trove of like, you must find the hidden sprout.
Like a surprise.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, she's sitting eating her dinner, watching me, knowing like, oh, warmer, it's getting close.
Yes.
And then you hear the little,
Yes.
and it's like, you knew that was coming. So now it's become a thing where I just think, right, first things first, I just like.
I bet you check. You check for the sprout before you eat it.
So what you did 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
hid it inside the turnip.
See,
She put it on the plate.
That's clever. That's really clever.
So,
But you see, like when I was younger, my mum wouldn't. I know it's sad to say, but my mum used to like call like like broccoli trees.
trees.
So when I was younger, he'd be like, "You've got to eat your trees." Now I can't stand trees. If that makes sense, like
I just didn't.
I don't like veg.
I didn't
That's
get it.
simple as
Like
that.
it was like, my mum used to be standing there, like on a Sunday. So like when she was cooking and that, like I've always known me like my mum and dad to not wear full time glasses, but they've had glasses.
Yeah.
Like it's like a thing for reading on the TV.
Yeah.
And they used to say to me as a kid, "Eat your carrots to make you see better." And then I used to look at them and think, "Did you not eat carrots?
Yeah, true.
Why
Yeah.
you got glasses?"
So if I eat my carrots, I don't have to wear glasses. Is that what?
So there's a lie in there somewhere.
Yes.
Because if they're
yes.
sitting with carrots on their plate, they obviously don't work.
But yeah, but do they have the glasses on as well with eating it?
But that's what I don't get, right? Listen to this one, right? They say that the common person, right, like the common statements made that,
Right.
oh, look at them wearing glasses, they look so intelligent. But to wear glasses, you've got to fail a test. Because you fail your eye test to get glasses.
I think right, people, and honestly, people are so it's like a trend now. When you wear glasses, people like wear them because they look trendy.
But have you seen? Oh, don't
I'm meant to wear glasses, but I don't wear glasses.
I'm meant to wear mine for the computer because I've got them anti-glare things. But to be honest, I think, and without getting into politics, because we're not that kind of podcast, but I think everything like that is a money-making scheme. I think when you go back, I think they're like kind of, they blur the words. So you go like, N, that you need £280 pair of glasses, yeah.
Aye.
I think it's like a money-making scheme.
You see, the thing is, it's happened all the time. But if I go and get my glasses, I can't just get like the Specsavers ones or like like normal opticians. I've got to get like Jasper Conrad or like
Asda.
stuff like that.
Asda, £2.
£2. They're like the reading ones, though. Is that what you're talking about?
I just get them off the thing.
Okay.
Why I don't.
Well,
Bob's
if my dad's listening to this, I think this started. How long? What's it now? Like in three months in, my dad's had 4 pairs of glasses.
But
He just keeps losing them.
How we lost the glasses? Well, if you had them on, you'd probably find them
There was one day
on his head.
Yeah, there was one day he said, "Where is my glasses?" And I just sat in the chair and I was like, "Yeah." And I didn't tell him.
On his head.
On his head.
Aye.
And he
Seen that done.
We just sat and laughed because it was quite funny.
Seen that done.
But he
loads.
couldn't find them because he didn't have these glasses on to find them.
Talking of glasses.
Oh yes. Yes.
You just brought up something before we came on air.
We did.
Were
I
you
did,
being on-
yes.
Is it in the news or something the day?
Yeah, so on the news, right? You've got to listen to this. On the news, right, it said £35 million, right, has been spent on buying new glasses because when people go in a pub, right, they drink, and then they go, "Oh, that's a nice glass," and then they put it in the pocket, and then, that's only one person. But if you think, that the day of like in the pub, it could be like the full day. There would be like 12 people in pinch glasses.
I've got to be very careful,
day.
yeah, right? Because I could totally put myself in a predicament if any pub managers are watching this, and then they kind of go like, "That's where that glass went." But I'll tell you what I'll do, right?
I haven't got any pub glasses in here.
I'll tell you one that I can get away with is that new cider Inches.
Yes.
You know how it's got all the apples and stuff on the glass?
Yes.
I had to have one of them. So that was probably my last ever stolen glass.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to there's any kids watching you. I'm not trying to endorse you need to go out and nick pub glasses.
No.
But I had to have it for my collection.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you a funny thing. I found one and it was like a skull on the top.
Right.
And I put it in my pocket. And when I got outside, I was so excited. I was like, "This new glass, it's really good." And it dropped on the floor and smashed. And I was absolutely devastated.
I'll tell you a story. She might not watch this, or she might, because I'll probably tag her in the comments so that she does it. There was a woman, I'll call her a woman, Claire, and I won't name the pub or anything because, again, I might criminalise myself. And there was a drinks promotion on,
right.
and I kind of think what it was for now, but it was like a drinks promotion.
Right.
So they had a basket with the bottles on the bar and glasses to go with it and all that.
Like a hamper.
Like a hamper thing.
Yes,
but
yes.
it was like a launch of this drink.
Right.
I've had one too many. And when I have one too
it's
many,
not like you, that
when I have one too many, I become like the class clown. And I want to become mischievous.
All right, okay.
So then I've looked down and there's just below the brass bar, there's like hooks, and her bag is hanging and it's open.
Okay.
And it's quite empty, but it's a big bag.
Okay.
So childish brain kicks in and thinks, how much of that hamper can I get in that bag?
Without her noticing.
I put nearly the whole lot in, right?
Okay.
She's had a couple too many as well.
Right.
So she's thought nothing of it. And then walked home and she's thought, how drunk am I? Because I can barely carry this bag.
So the bag is obviously.
And
just
it wasn't-
walked in with the bag.
I can't
Later,
remember.
It was heavier.
Exactly. And I can't remember. It was later that night, like early hours of the morning, or the next morning, I got a text saying, "I'm going to absolutely kill you." And it must be the next one because I woke up and I'm like, what did I actually do wrong?
Oh.
And then I've realised
Like
what I...
beer fear.
Yeah, and I woke up and I'm like, I know exactly what I've done there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Claire, if you're watching, that was the night that I filled your bag.
Junior's completely sorry about that night. No, you're not.
No, I'm really not.
No.
I'm really not. Because
No, he's
at the
not.
time, I remember the rest of the night sitting there going and trying like a little kid not to giggle out loud. Because then you would have been like, what's happened?
But do you know what? Like when I do something daft, I always, if it's like a secret, I always have to tell. I can't keep a secret. I've got to tell somebody. If I do something, like put something in someone's bag, I'm like,
yeah.
Put something in the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
like
you don't want someone else to miss the moment and tell them afterwards because it's not quite as funny as when it's actually happening.
Yeah, you're right. You're right,
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I tell you one of the funniest things that ever happened. We're going back in Wall's End. There's a pub, it's still there now, called the Powder Monkey. But I'm going back years ago. The Powder Monkey used to be like a bar and a lounge. It was like divided. It's all.
I like when he went for the door. He
went left
one
and
door,
right.
Yeah, one door in the bar, one door in the lounge.
It's all open plan now.
Yeah.
And so going back, so when it closed to get that refurb to get knocked wide open, the last night at the pub we all went because we'd been going. That was like probably the first pint we ever had at 16, 17, 18, and we went in there.
You nearly
Nearly did it again.
You're talking about criminalisation.
But by the end of this show, shut the blinds. The police van's outside.
Yeah.
So the thing was with this this night, everyone went in. It was like it was all emotional because
yes,
like the end of the era. And Richie, I'll not give you the name, but Richie again. I want to tag you in this. Richie started it because there was I think it was I'm sure it was a John Smith's clock on the wall and it had been there the whole time, this clock.
Yeah.
And the next thing was somehow in the midst, because it was quite busy.
Right.
Being the last night, somehow in the midst of this manic happening, the clocks disappeared.
Okay.
And it's quite early, like 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
And someone's like, yeah, what's going on? And Richie Gill, I'll give his name away now.
Oh.
Richie came
So
back.
you ain't gonna see his
I know.
name.
I don't care.
He's got his fame now.
Yeah, Richie came back with a Simpsons clock and hung the Simpsons clock up where the clock had been. Right?
Oh yes.
So then it just opened the floodgates and everyone was like, so if he's had his memorabilia and he's got a piece of history, we're taking ours. So
okay.
get this, end of the night, it was like 11 o'clock. When we used to come out of the Powder Monkey, used to walk home and you'd come past the church on the corner on the roundabout.
St. Bernadette's?
Yeah.
Yes.
It used to be a police car parked there and I think he was there looking for the drink drivers coming out of the pub.
Okay.
And this police officer sitting there and he must be doing like a word search or having a sandwich or something. And then all he sees is about 30 blokes coming past. One's got a coat stand, one's got a table, one's got a dartboard. And he's supposed to be on the radio going like, somewhere being ransacked around here. We had a report of somewhere being broken into. Because I've just got like... It's like,
no, it's just the Powder Monkey Lounge.
It was like Bruce Forsyth's Generation Game with the conveyor belt. All that was missing was the teddy bear. You know what I mean? And I just remember the copper's face. And like, I had a picture of dogs playing snooker. And you've probably seen this picture. It's all over the shop. And I'm walking past and the copper's like, it seems like his hand's like, what? And I'm just like, hey, I got mine. And he's like, what? And honestly, it was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
But talking nicking glasses, I've nicked more than glasses from pubs. But anyways, we're going to cut to another quick advert. But stick around. We'll be straight back after the short advert.
Certainly will be.
And we've got some other things coming up you wouldn't believe. So stick around and we'll see you right after this short advert. And we are back.
We are certainly back, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Honestly though, still laughing though, giving Richie's name away.
I know. Do you know what I was just saying there in the break, right? I just said, we're not giving names away. And then he just said his name. So, you know what?
Richie will understand.
But then again, right, this is like, the conversation's flowing, it came out, And he's not a bad guy. He He used to live.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
But anyway,
He used to
I
live
love you,
near-
Rich. I
he used
love
to
you.
live near me, and he's an hilarious kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know?
we might get around one day on the podcast of telling stories. Or we might get Richie on one day just for a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like, you know, there's
but
a
this
lot
is
of
the thing.
stories.
This is the thing, right? In general, this podcast, like, yeah, okay, we've got like little bits of topics and that.
To be quite honest,
But it's
you know,
just kind of just free speech.
you're saying about Richie, he's done a lot of strange things, hasn't he?
We're not even going to go because, like, talking about strange things. I'm glad you said strange things because you've just jogged me memory. I don't know what it is. The last like couple of months, I never used to be like a TV person, right? Literally, like people go on about The Godfather. I've never seen. Scarface. I've never seen. Casino. I've never seen. James Bond. I've never seen. Indiana Jones. I've never seen. I've never seen. And people are like, how? I just never have. Whether through choice or just whether not having. I've never really been a TV person as such.
Yeah.
But I have to say, lately, I have begun to watch more TV than usual, and
You got more time on your hands, eh?
sort of. Well, we'll come to that later.
Yes.
So,
yes.
anyways, what obviously now when you go on Facebook and that, people are always on saying, "Oh, you got any decent series, any decent films?" And I quite often read the comments, and if there's like a program that gets 2 or 3 or 4
Yeah.
comments like naming it, I think, oh, that must be decent. So I end up watching a thing called Stranger Things, and
I've never seen it.
well, it's quite retro and in like it
Yeah.
brings back a lot of like memories for me, like my childhood, like the music and stuff, like the soundtrack to it, and
Yeah.
like it's just like I said, it's very it's like sci-fi kind of thing,
Yeah.
but it's also like kind of mixed in. I wouldn't say horror, but it's about the world. I'll not spoil it for you, but it's like the two worlds, but they're both the same but different. If that
And
makes
do
sense.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do for my next podcast. I'm gonna watch an episode.
You need to watch a couple just to get a drift of it.
How many do you recommend?
2 or 3.
2. Well, I watch 2 or 3, and then when we come back,
But and talk about it.
we'll have a chat about it, eh?
Right.
And I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
Because I can't really give my view on it because I haven't seen it.
But anyways, right, this leads us forward, so I'll not go too much into it.
Yeah.
But when it ended, like the finale, there was loads of like the way it ended was very open. Kind of was like it seemed to come to an end, but it
Yes.
didn't.
Right. Okay.
And then people like all over TikTok, like in America, and that were saying, "Oh, there's a secret episode still to come," and because this happened, that meant that was going to happen, and it hasn't happened, so that still needs to happen. And there was loads
Yeah.
of conspiracy theories, and
Right.
and one of them that come out was, and it led us to think, and it was only the one that I kind of thought, maybe that said, what if the whole program was just a dream? Now, when you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. That there's like one little boy at the beginning
yeah.
that like starts the whole story off,
Yeah.
but then at the end they're saying, was it just his dream? Did he just have like a nightmare?
And then he like
And
woke
this
up.
whole thing was just part of his dream.
Oh wow.
But this then led us to think, right? Because I'm a rabbit hole, and I don't know if you know what a rabbit hole is. If you go on YouTube, right, I go down the rabbit hole. So I go on YouTube to look up like how to do something with a microphone or something. And then half an hour later, I'm on there looking at people building like houses out of mud. You know, like I'm one of them where like I go on
Yeah.
YouTube to watch one thing and then like I just end up.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So
I get that.
the same happened with this. I've watched this one video where they're talking about Stranger Things, and then somehow the algorithm, as it's called on TikTok, because he's watched that and liked it, he must like videos like this, and then starts to throw up more videos like the same.
Yes. Yes.
And it starts throwing up saying, like, what if we, as humans, what if this life here that we are in is a dream as well?
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And yeah, that's that's a bit weird.
Because there's loads of weird things in there, because like you've got people that's like got past lives
Yes.
where they've like they've been like under like hypnosis and they've been regressed,
Yes.
and they regress back to like a past life in their head, and they go like, oh, I was in the World War and I was a soldier and all, and like, and now they're like 30 and they're a
Did you-
student.
You told me something a while ago, didn't you?
I went and seen this, what they're called, spiritualist, psychic, whatever they are, where they, and he was telling us things about members of my family that had passed, and it was very, very good actually. And that might be something else we could look at later on. So we'll make a mental note. Anyhow, without going down that one, he had talked. I mean, he'd said to us, and it's very weird. I've watched a lot of programs, like America and like the streets, in America, like where they live and that, and you see like the big houses and the cars on the drives and all that. And whenever I've watched them, I always had this like, I used to get this like weird feeling inside. It's like if you're missing someone. And he said to me, he said like, oh, have you ever done regression or anything? And I was like, no. And he was like, he says, I get a strong feeling that you, in your past life, you lived in America.
Mm.
And I see,
you ever been to America?
No, I'm never reading into it too much. I'm not going to read into it too much, but there was like a time where I used to watch TV program and it felt like deja vu. When you do
been
something
there before.
Yes,
I've been like that. Yeah,
it just felt like that kind of thing. Whether or not it was something or not, I don't know. But
yeah,
that was certainly left a scratch in my head, shall we say? Because I was like, and to be honest, I don't really want to know because I think I'll be a little bit kind of like, well, hang on, I'm me now. I don't.
But were you a boy? Were you a girl? You just don't know, do you?
Well, that would be the thing because it would be a bit like, whoa. Could you imagine like finding out that you were like, I don't know, like you were
millionaire?
Aye, be devastated, wouldn't you?
That if you're talking about dreams, I dream to be a millionaire.
No, but well, I think everyone's got that one.
Yes,
but I think, could you imagine finding out though when you got regressed that in your past life you were a millionaire, and like now you're sitting here and you're like scrunting and scraping for every last penny, waiting on like government handouts for cost of living crisis.
Yes, yes.
And back then in your past life you just were
you had no worries.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, devastated. So again, everything that we're talking about here, jump in the comments and like we want to hear from you as well because no doubt, I mean, we think our stories are great because we're telling them, and no doubt, I'm sure there'll be better stories than ours out there. So I mean, that's why we're here again, and this is what Talk of the Tyne's about. We want to hear from you. We want to make this like a big family.
Yes, we certainly do.
Do you know what I mean? And like it's weird because like when we talk about like regression and all that and like going back to past lives and all that, there's like so many different things though, isn't it? Like they're all about the pain. Like some people like religion, some people believe, some people don't believe, and all that kind of stuff. But then when we were talking about this before we came on air, about what I've just told you about the like the is life a dream and all that, and these videos on TikTok, and you'd said to me, you've seen a video yourself similar, but it was questioning about the Earth being flat.
Yeah, so basically, right, what he said, he did like a sort of an experiment, right, and he had a ball, and he poured water on the ball, right, and the water come off the ball.
Okay.
Right, and I was like, oh, well, what he basically said is, basically, then he put some water in a bowl, like a plate bowl thing.
Okay.
And the water stayed on the plate, right?
Yeah.
So he said, is the world flat, not round?
Because if the water can't stay on the bowl.
Yes.
How does the water stay on the bowl? Well, you're going to get science buffs on here talking about gravity and everything. Look, we're not exactly like bright. So if you're going to try and tell with things to educate with, can you like either do it with pictures?
I mean, I was scratching my head for a bit, and
you see things like that would hurt me head. I'll tell you a story, right? And another lad, Chris. We know Chris.
Yeah.
Chris will tell you the story that I often do this, right? And it's not a word of a lie. Sometimes I think when I go to bed, I think when you're in bed and it's the end of the day and your brain's given like a playground.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not thinking about, at 2 o'clock I need to be here at 3. So your brain's now like, get in, you're not thinking, I'm going to start thinking for you.
Yeah.
I think this is what happens with me, right? I might be weird, but I start to get like question really stupid things like in your brain. And one of them that stands out, Chris is watching this, he'll comment on this, right? I rang him at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because I couldn't get to sleep and it was driving us mad.
Yeah.
I wasn't like drunk or nothing. I was stone cold. So when I rang him and he was like, is everything all right? Like, something wrong? So what's happening? And I was like, Chris. He's like, yeah. What? I was like, nothing. Chill. Where do flies go when it rains? And he was like, what?
What time was this?
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I've rang him and
Wow.
said, where do flies go when it rains? And he was like, are you absolutely kidding me? And I was like, no, I can't get to sleep.
Until you know.
And then he's like, Google it. And I was like, all right, cheers, bye.
Did he Google it?
Mhm.
What did it say?
Under leaves.
Under leaves.
So when you got a leaf, it goes underneath.
Oh wow.
So really,
See, we're just like we're just
I
quite
should have just,
simple people, really, aren't we?
I should have
We
just
are.
Googled it. Realistically, I should have just Googled it. My fault.
It's a bit like phoning a friend, isn't it? It's sort of like
It is.
you
a
don't
bit
want
like,
to ask the audience, do you? So on a phone a friend.
No,
No.
it's definitely an
Yeah,
eye.
yeah.
So yeah, I've had a few of them, like really weird thoughts. Like I'll tell you the one I had the other day,
Yeah.
and this is serious, right? If you died choking on an ice cube,
Mhm.
how would they know how you died? Because by the time they found you, the ice cube would have melted.
It would have.
Answers on a postcard, people. Someone, you know this, we're going to get a boffin on here. Like we're not going to call anyone, by the way. We're going to get a boffin on here that's so they give like a good scientific explanation. Well,
Yeah.
they could find out from the white and red blood cells that look, we're from Wall's End, right? We're not all there, so just keep it simple. Even if you got to draw it, but for Nathan, can you do it in crayons, just so
Yeah.
he understands?
Or like because that's very. We're not going to the crayon
We're not
situation.
going to crayons.
Yes.
That's for another day as well.
That certainly is.
But anyways, listen, like, again, we want to hear from you. All these little stories and all these little topics that we're coming up with, I'm sure you have got great tales as well, and we do want to hear them.
Yeah.
Because, like I've said to you before, it's not as much about us as it is about you, because we want to make this something that you can enjoy, but you can be part of as well and be interactive with. And whether or not, like I say, we can do it online, by, if you're just a viewer or a fan of the podcast or want to become a fan, I hope. And also, obviously, we're offering opportunities where we'll come to you if need be, to cover a story, an event, a new business venture, something that's happening in the community. Tongues on tour. That's exactly why he's here.
Yes.
To be honest, right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I wasn't going to do this, right? We're going to cut just for a quick second, and I'm going to show you the intro to Tongues on Tour. So sit back and enjoy this.
So many people out there to meet. Whoa! So we sent a man off out on the street. Whoa! He's covering all the latest news and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tom said he's on tour. Yes, it's Tom's on tour. Tom tour. Tom's on tour. Tom tour. Tom's on tour. Tom tour. Tom's on tour. Yeah, Tom's on tour.
And there you go.
Welcome back, everybody.
You chuff with that,
Do you, know,
though.
do you know what? I was buzzing with that, right? Honestly, right? It looks, it's me.
Well, that's how you drive, though, with your head sticking out in the sunroof.
I do, I do.
Aye.
And I'll tell you what, mind. Yes.
It's a belt of that.
It is good. It is. And like, I love being out and I love meeting people. And I think it's going to be a really good thing.
I think so, we belt that. Honestly, I really do. So, like, look, we need you at this part of the show. We need you to reach out to us. We've got a few ideas ourselves. We've got a few ideas that we're in touch with people already, and hopefully we're going to get these things tied up, and we'll be able to get a couple of weeks out of that. But hopefully, once we kind of get our ideas out of the way, it would be nice to have some of you people that's getting in touch where we can come and see you and again make you part of the show. So, like I said, get in touch.
I think what I'd like to do is do meaningful things as well.
Without a doubt. I mean, there'll be plenty of opportunities where we're going to make a difference. We're going to try and help someone. anything like that. I mean, we can't make promises. That's the one thing we can't do.
No.
But what we can do, we can certainly try. So if you think that we can help in any way, you know, like I've named a few, you know, new events, new ventures, new businesses, whatever, get in touch. Email address, Facebook page, all below. Get in touch on there. Drop a comment in the video. And that's pretty much it. But, you know, let's make this a great thing. This has been my first episode.
It has. It really has.
And I've really enjoyed it.
I have. Yes.
Really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And we're going to be back again next week with episode number 2. And obviously by then we're hopefully going to be going through the comments and picking out some of the stories and comments that will hopefully are a lot better than ours and make we laugh. And but in the meantime, all we're asked now is don't forget, drop the Facebook page a like, give the video a share, spread the word, because without you, you know, all we can do is make the content and put it out there.
Yeah.
The rest's up to you to get it shared and all that. Share with your friends, your brothers, your sisters, the cat, the dog, the rabbit, whatever you want.
Tell the whole world about Talk of the Tyne.
Talk of the Tyne.
Yes.
It's right here. It's local and it's happening on your doorstep. There's no big radio stations or commercial brands behind. We're literally 2 local lads out to make a difference and bring a little bit of happiness and positive time in space.
I'll be honest with you. I am proud to be a Geordie.
I'm definitely proud to be a Geordie. I think I wrote a song about that once.
You did. We'll not be talking about that at the minute.
Before we get into the music and start breaking into a song,
yes.
we're going to say a big thanks. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned for the next one. Don't forget, like we've said, like the Facebook page, give it a comment, get in touch, and let's just make this a great thing.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for yous. So
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Love it.
And we'll see you next week
next
with
time.
episode 2.
Yes.
Take care.
Bye-bye now, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, lads and lasses, for listening to Talk of the Tyne. Till next time,